Hey everybody, this is my 29-gallon miscellaneous tank, and last night I shot a video where I described my process for cleaning out the biofilter when it eventually gets clogged. And if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, your biofilter is the black sponge filter right here, and then your mechanical filter is the filter pads that go in the back. I am aware that there's a lot more nuance to the nitrogen cycle than I went over in that video. The purpose of that video was simply to describe how to clean this filter pad. We can talk about the nitrogen cycle in greater depth at another time in another video. It's always an important topic. It's worth discussing. I always say that the most important life in your tank is the life that lives in your biosponge. So we can have a further conversation about that. But today I want to talk about changing the actual filter pad and how to save a lot of money doing it. I haven't yet changed the pads in here, but in the comments below my other video, I did get the impression that a lot of people are still going out and buying the replacements for the filter pad. And I want to say these are called filter socks. They're like a pre-manufactured, and it slides up over top of it and it clips back on, and I think these cost about $10 or $11 for a 3-pack, maybe $15 for a 4-pack, somewhere in that neighborhood. It's been a long time since I've bought them, and I'm about to show you why. Instead of 3 for $10, I will show you how to make filters that work just as well for about 6.5 cents a piece. So sit tight and I'll see you over at my little work area. Alright, the top of my washing machine is my work area for most filter related stuff. And so what I do is I just go to the Walmart, I go to the sewing section, and I buy this Polyfill Extra Loft batting. You want the stuff that says batting. If you just get the stuff that's polyfill, it comes loose, just like cotton filling. You might use that to stuff a pillow or something like that. This is actual batting, and it comes in rolls. And what I do is I unroll it. I cut roughly an 8-inch strip off the end, which will give you something like this. Then, of course, all you do is find the end of it, and you can cut sections like this. And so this is an absolute bare minimum size section, and what that does, instead of being a sleeve that slides over this little clip pops off, these little flaps open up, and what I do is I just fold it over this way and I fold it over that way, clip it back down, and what it gives me is something like that. Now, I don't use the carbon in my tanks, so I don't need to have this like a pocket that I can put carbon in. If you wanted to do that, you could simply use more of this and fold it over this way, and now you've got your pocket and you can put your carbon in there if you want to do that. Again, I don't really see a need for that except for very certain circumstances, and I seldom have those, so we don't use carbon in my tanks. By doing this, I use about a 7x7-inch square. I can also cut little pieces of this to use it to wipe and clean my glass. Very, very useful, versatile stuff. So at a 7-inch by 7-inch square, that gives me roughly 200 sheets that I can make filters out of, and this costs about $13. I think it's $12.97 for that size, extra large polyfill. Now, you can buy thinner stuff that's not the extra loft. You can buy smaller size containers if you've only got one tank and you don't need a lifetime supply of filters. I buy this, it's $12 or $13, something like that, and again, I get roughly 200 filters out of it, and I use this I cut wider strips, I put it in my canister filters. You just fold it over layer after layer, and you can make a stack of it. It's great filtration for canister filters. You can cut it to any shape you want, any size you want, and again, you can use it to wipe down your glass and everything else, and it is made out of the exact same material as those filter socks are, but instead of getting 3 for $10, you get 200 for $13. So there you go. There's my little tip for the day. And again, make sure you're subscribed. We will talk more in depth about the nitrogen cycle and why it is so important, and why your filter might not actually be as important as you think it is, depending on how your tank is set up. I've already gone over that a little bit, but we can talk about that in greater detail in an upcoming video. So again, make sure you're subscribed and you won't miss any of that. Thanks again for watching this one. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you real soon in the next one.